show has been made possible with the support of the Gambling Craft Affiliate Program.
Hello, my iGaming friends. It is once again time for us to wander through the gambling news, looking for the stories that matter most from an affiliate perspective. But let us begin with a question. At what point was the UK Gambling Commission empowered with the ability to make financial decisions for everyone in Britain? I mean, their leader, Andrew Rhodes, has already gone on the record as saying it is not the job of the UKGC to make moral decisions for people. And on their website, the Commission clearly says that their purpose, their sole reason for existence, is to license and regulate gambling in Britain. So, if I'm correct here, licensing involves investigating and vetting the companies and individuals who run the gambling operations. And regulating involves the enforcement of those rules that the licensees agreed to when they signed up. Am I wrong? So where then, oh, I pray tell me where then, does the UKGC get the authority to delve into the personal finances of every private citizen who wants to gamble? At a recent select committee hearing for the Department of Culture, Media and Sport, Rhodes said that nearly all of the questions and concerns received by the Gambling Commission center around affordability checks, and more specifically, the Commission's blatant and irresponsible traipse through people's bank records so that they can decide if you are allowed to use the money you earned to play a freaking slot machine. And this from the regulator who has issued record fines to their own licensees over the past year and a half. And Rhodes says they still need more cash. Fortunately, he has his own printing press. He just sends out a fine and the money comes in. And while Rhodes seeks more money, undoubtedly so that he can do more damage, and while the Commission looks to tell the tax-paying citizens where, when, and how they can spend the money they earned and paid taxes on, there was this. Rhodes actually said that the gambling industry in Britain is not afraid of the Gambling Commission, which may be true. But in fairness, it's hard to be scared of the Commission when you're too busy laughing your ass off at them. Getting to be that time of year where the days are getting shorter. It's harder to film because the light's changing so quickly. It'll be cold and rainy soon. Of course, you can get away from all of that by heading to Spain. In fact, the SBC Summit in Barcelona is going on this next week, September 19th through 21st. Of course, if you don't have your tickets by now, if you haven't made like your reservations and your flight, you probably can't go. I mean, maybe you can. But just a heads up, I will not be in Barcelona next week. I know that many of you plan your travel activities around my schedule and whether or not I'm going to be at a conference. Understandable, so I wanted to give you a heads up that I will not be at the SBC Summit this year. Instead, I'm going to a Coldplay concert next week in Seattle. That's true, you can Look it up. Anyway, as we do head into fall and towards G2E in Vegas, which I will be at, it only means one thing, and that is Oktoberfest. Yes, the Oktoberfest Casino Bonus Contest at every game is currently underway, and you can convert more of your traffic with their $120,000 promotion, with weekly prizes of $500 for your players and a grand prize drawing of $1,000. The contest runs now through October 2nd, so get over to affiliate.everygame.eu for details and creatives. And finally this week, just to prove that the Australian government imitates whatever they see the UK government do, they have now decided to ban the use of credit cards for gambling. Well, how very original. And this after some of their other follow the leader moves with things like gambling advertisement. This in the name of protecting players from becoming addicts, which, if you ask me, I believe this is brilliant. You want to protect players, you don't want them to become addicts, so stop the advertising. I mean, we all know that some of the most serious addictions in the world, like cocaine, cigarettes, heroin, all of those things had huge drops in addiction rates once we stopped advertising them on television and radio. And if the government of Australia really wants to make a change, I mean, they really care about people's health and their lives, then they could actually target the advertisements from the biggest addictions on the planet and ban ads for coffee and fast food. I mean, if you're really concerned about somebody's health, stop eating the chicken nuggets and the Big Mac. And before I go, I just want to say this. You people in Australia, don't feel bad about your government following everything the British do. I mean, I'm an American, and the Canadians have been doing it to us for years. All right. I'm sorry. I almost kept a straight face through all of that. So now that I have alienated 2/3 of the people watching this, I'm gonna go. And God willing, I'll see if I can come back next week and piss off the last 33.33% of you. That nearly all of the questions and concerns received by the Commission center around affordability checks. Imagine that. And more specifically, I did not drop an F-bomb. I came close, but I didn't do it. And more specifically, the Commission's blatant and irresponsible traipse through the People's Bank records, and I just cocked that up again. I don't know why. I get all the way to this point, and then I diarrhea of the mouth. It just burns a little too.